The Truth Is by Crystal Moose.
So, what do you girls think?
To say that Pinkie Pie was terrified of her friend's reaction would be an understatement. Even surrounded by her closest friends, she was shaking all over, despite the warm atmosphere of the Golden Oaks Library. This was a secret she had kept for years. Years! Perhaps her whole life. She always knew she was different, that there was something wrong with her. She hated who she was, so she constructed a facade to show the world. An acceptable Pinkie Pie. A Pinkie Pie who could have friends. A smiling Pinkie Pie who every pony would love and would never leave. That was the Pinkie she had shown to her friends, in order to keep them. Sure, every now and then she had slipped into the real Pinkie, but most of her friends had written it off as her being random. The secret had been tearing at her insides. She had come to question her friendships. Were they really her friends, or were they of the facade? Pinkie felt trapped and didn't know who to turn to. It was a friend in the form of a regal white alicorn that had put her mind at ease in the end. Kind, loving, motherly Celestia. She had confided in Princess Celestia, told her the truth, the secret that she had held for so long. And it was Celestia who had informed her that what she was going through was normal. That it was okay to be this way, and encouraged Pinkie Pie to tell her friends the truth. The princess stood by her in the cramped little library, while Pinkie told her friends the truth. She knew deep down, if it were not for the princess's encouragement and support, she probably would never have been brave enough to tell her friends.
Well,
The normally talkative Rarity was at a loss for words.
I suppose it is none of my business, and you are still a dear friend.
Rarity shuffled her hoofs nervously.
It will take some time for me to get used to, Pinkie Pie, but I will keep the secret until you are ready to tell any pony else. If you even decide they need to know.
Pinkie Pie beamed and reached forward to give her friend a hug, and was hurt when her marshmallow friend scooted away from her touch.
I'm sorry, dear.
Rarity apologized.
It is just a shock. Please understand that. Just give me a little time.
Pinkie nodded, hurt but understanding. Rarity was right to pull away.
Well, I guess I always kind of expected. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way.
Fluttershy gasped, then hid behind her mane.
I mean, you're still Pinkie Pie to me, and still my good friend.
Heck yeah!
Dash cheered.
This doesn't change nothing, Pinks.
Wait, are you saying you're okay with this, Rambldash?
Applejack asked incredulously.
I thought if any pony here would agree with me, it'd be at least you.
Every pony went silent as they turned towards Applejack.
I'm sorry, Pinkie, but I don't like it.
She looked her friend up and down.
It's just not natural, and I don't want no part of it.
Pinkie Pie bit back tears as Applejack slammed the door behind her, storming off into the night. Every pony sat in awkward silence until Celestia broke it. I will go and speak with her. Celestia sighed, moving slowly to the door. The royal mare turned towards her student. I assume you will take care of Pinkie whilst I'm away? Twilight started once again bouncing in her seat, her eyes glistening with excitement. Applejack's abrupt departure could only hold back that inquisitive mind for so long. Celestia easily recognized the look on her student's face. It was the face of some pony bursting at the seams with questions. In Twilight's case, probably quite literally so. She hoped that Twilight would at least be a little sensitive, and not bombard Pinkie Pie with too many questions. Twilight jumped forward as the door closed behind Celestia.
Oh wow, this is so exciting! I've never met some pony like this before. How does it feel? What is it like when you did,
Pinkie Pie giggled.
Oh, silly filly. I've always known, I think. I've always been this way. I've just been too afraid to tell any pony.
She looked around the room at her friends, sans one princess and one farmer, and smiled.
You girls don't know what this means to me. I've been so afraid.
I thought you'd not want to be my friends anymore.
She wiped her eyes dry.
So, who's up for a party?
Every pony cheered and Twilight turned to the kitchen to get some snacks for the impromptu party. At the archway to the kitchen stood Spike, eyes wide as saucers, staring in horror.
Spike!
Twilight chastened the little dragon.
It's not polite to stare. You'll make Pinky nervous.
Spike worked his jaw soundlessly, continuing to stare.
Spike!
Twilight barked. Words tumbled out of the little dragon's mouth.
Pinkie Pie. What did he say?
Rainbow Dash hovered over Twilight's shoulder.
I'm not quite sure.
Twilight Sparkle held the back of her hoof against his forehead.
He seems fine. Spike, are you there? What's happening?
The little dragon continued his chant in a slightly higher pitched and frantic voice.
Fling away, Pinkie Pie.
Twilight turned to her friend, an embarrassed blush across her face.
Pinky, I'm so sorry. It's okay, you don't be scared, Spikey Wikey.
Pinky tried to reassure the little dragon.
And I'm still your Auntie Pinky. Yeah.
The dragon screamed as one of Pinkie Pie's fur-covered tentacles wrapped around the body of the panicked dragon.
Pinkie Pie!
Spike's screams rose to a crescendo.
Come on, Spikey Wikey! Come and give your Auntie Pinky a hug! Yeah!
Author's notes. So yes, you just read a thing. Hugs? I feel no remorse. Also, Sweet Mercy Master Weaver deserves kudos for this epilogue in the comments. After a few WTF comments, a few? I have come to realize there are quite a few of you who have never been introduced to the work of Lovecraft. So without further ado, I give you At the Mountains of Madness, which I'm pretty sure is what inspired Master Weaver's epilogue.
We here at Pony&Wolf Productions thank these amazing patrons of ours for their monthly support, without which all of this would not be possible. We sincerely appreciate it, and every dollar helps, is needed, and will be used to keep us going to produce audiobooks for your continued enjoyment. It is, now more than ever, important that you support your favorite creators if possible, due to YouTube changing in a way that is not very friendly to content creators. Especially small content creators, like us. In recent months, the names you see on screen have enabled Midnight and Visual Pony to keep going and only having to sell off part of their belongings to not end up on the street. As an incentive for everyone, Visual Pony has broken a vow and has promised to read and record Fallout Equestria, Murky number 7, should the monthly support reach $1,500. To be clear, this is the absolute minimum amount needed to keep the apartment and all bills paid without starving, while a production of this size is ongoing. The estimated time for this production would be 3 to 4 years, but people already said that Project Horizons was impossible to do, right? And now look who did it, so with Pony&Wolf, you know we can finish the job. For further information on how to support us, please have a look at the description of this video, as there are also other ways, like our merch store. Sincerely and forever yours, your Pony&Wolf team.